I'm Isaiah Landers, a student at Aikens High School in Austin, Texas. I have 2 brothers and 1 sister. I was born and raised in Austin, Texas. I love to play basketball, and I want to play college ball and then play in the NBA. If that doesn't work out, I plan to graduate at top 10% of my class, so I'll be able to attend Stanford University and study to be a judge or a lawyer. I want to be a judge because my aunt is one and she likes it and says it's a pretty cool job. I used Flash to create this simple background for my first project in animation class. I used a rectangle tool and a gradient tool for the sky. I outlined the clouds, then filled them in with the bucket tool. I used the drawing tool to draw the mountains, hills, and river, then filled them in. Project 2 characters. I did research to get better looks for all 3 of the pictures. I then drew them up with the paintbrush tool and then filled them in with the bucket tool. First, Flash animation. I used the timeline motion twins frame and key frames to create a short animation they worked on in class. The butterfly was a repeated animation in the library, and I also used the motion preset for the smoke. Magic's Music Studio. I'm using Magic's to create music for my animation, hand-drawn ball bounce animation. I used a pencil and paper to draw 30 circle sequence, which created the illusion of bouncing with time and spacing. Animation test 1. I had to make this animation on my own using written instructions. I included transparent objects, an animation symbol, and items, using the element and pencil of design. T-shirt contest. I used Flash to create this t-shirt design for a t-shirt contest. Drum animation. I drew this animation to practice a flip motion with more than one timing and spacing speed. Script. Storyboard. I created a storyboard in Photoshop for animation that we will make next. Zombie animation. I used multiple screens, animation symbols, and audio tracks to create this animation. Egg skirt animation. I hand drew this animation to show. Fleming's video. I used the color keying to make an animation with my fellow students. Flash bone and motion preset. I used Flash to make an animation of a horse that we will put bones on and use the bones to move it. Children's book animation. I wrote the script for this animation and then made a storyboard. I selected the audio and animation in Flash. Finally, I edited it in Premiere. Game sketch for game developer. I used a hand-drawn image I made for a video game designer and scanned it in the computer. I then used Photoshop to resize and clean it up in Flash to create this image. Demo reel. I used Premiere in all my projects I did this year to create this demo reel. Double take. I used this hand-drawn animation called Double Take to practice turning an object independent animation script. I used Word in the professional screenwriting format to create a script for my independent animation storyboard. I used Photoshop and a storyboard template to create a storyboard for my independent animation. Indie characters. I created these characters in Flash for my independent animation. Indie backgrounds. I created these backgrounds for my independent animation to match my storyboard. Indie animation. I created this animation in class, which is 1 minute or longer and tells a story. SLO test. Short animation for SLO test. Certiport certification test. I took the certification test for Flash on Certiport website. Web portfolio. I used Wix.com to create this web portfolio.